welcome back to Chapter Day. Happy Sunday, first day of a new week. We are moving on with reading 2chronicles chapter 11. So now Rehoboam, Solomon's son, has taken over the kingship, and they are recounting how he took some poor advice from his young friends as opposed to the older advisors that worked with Solomon, his father, and had him go against some of the people that Solomon had kind of persecuted, like Jeroboam, who was said to have been prophesied to take over from Solomon. And Solomon acted just like Saul did with his father David, with David, Solomon's father, when he chastised him for the prophecy that he was going to be the next king. This is exactly what Solomon did to Jeroboam. And Jeroboam had to run away to Egypt and hide. So now that he heard Solomon died, he came back to ask Rehoboam, the new king, which was Solomon's son, if he would, make it easier for them, he and some others maybe that were sent away or had to run away to come back. And Rehoboam told him, nope, he's going to make it tougher for them. So Jeroboam said, you know what? We aren't going to have anything to do with Judah and Jerusalem. I am going to move away. And he invited all the people who had to leave because of Solomon to come with him. And he had taken away the 10 tribes. The people followed him, and Rehoboam was left with 2 tribes. So let's see what takes place in chapter 11. And when Rehoboam was come to Jerusalem, he gathered of the house of Judah and Benjamin 180,000 chosen men, which were warriors, to fight against Israel, that he might bring the kingdom again to Rehoboam. But the word of the Lord came to Shemaiah, the man of God, saying, Speak unto Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, king of Judah, and to all Israel in Judah and Benjamin, saying, Thus saith the Lord, Ye shall not go up nor fight against your brethren. Return every man to his house, for this thing is done of me. And they obeyed the words of the Lord, and returned from going against Jeroboam. And Rehoboam dwelt in Jerusalem, and built cities for defense of Judah. So they were going to fight against each other, Judah against the other tribes of Israel. God sent a prophet to tell them, don't do that, because this separation of the tribes is done in accordance to my will. Okay, that was prophesied to Jeroboam that he would get the 10 tribes. So they decided to listen, and they did not go to fight against each other. Verse 6. He built even Bethlehem and Etam and Tekoa and Bethzer and Shoko and Adullam and Gath and Mareshah and Ziph and Adoraim and Lachish and Azekah and Zorah and Aijalon and Hebron, which are in Judah and in Benjamin, fenced cities. So these are some of the cities that Rehoboam built. Verse 11, and he fortified the strongholds and put captains in them, and store of victual and of oil and wine. And in every several city he put shields and spears, and made them exceeding strong, having Judah and Benjamin on his side. And the priests and the Levites that were in all in all Israel resorted to him out of all their coasts. For the Levites left their suburbs and their possession, and came to Judah and Jerusalem. For Jeroboam and his sons had cast them off from executing the priest's office unto the Lord. And he ordained him priests for the high places, and for the devils, and for the calves which he had made. So remember, Jeroboam had done an abominable thing to the tribes of Israel by making calves and having the people worship them, golden calves, just like Aaron did in the wilderness. The same idolatrous ways is what he encouraged, because he selfishly didn't want the people of Israel to go worship in the temple that Solomon had built in Jerusalem, thinking to himself they would have left allegiance to him, Jeroboam, and gone and given it to Rehoboam in Judah. So instead of that, he preferred the people to commit idolatry. So some of the priests that he cast off that work for the temple, because remember, he just took any vile person and put them to be a priest. And some of the other priests, the Levites, left the Israelite tribes and moved back to Judah and Jerusalem. Verse 16. And after them, out of all the tribes of Israel, such as set their hearts to seek the Lord God of Israel, came to Jerusalem to sacrifice unto the Lord God of their fathers. So they strengthened the kingdom of Judah and made Rehoboam the son of Solomon strong 3 years. For 3 years they walked in the way of David and Solomon. And Rehoboam took him Mahalath, the daughter of Jeremoth, the son of David, to wife, and Abihail, the daughter of Eliab, the son of Jesse, which bare him children, Jeush and Shemariah and Zaham. And after her he took Maacah, the daughter of Absalom, which bare him Abijah and Attai and Ziza and Shelomith. So these are the wives and children of Rehoboam. And remember, the priests have some of the tribes, and this is what happens all the time. Not everyone is going to be in accordance with wrongdoing. Jeroboam had the people committing idolatry in Israel. Some of those Israelite tribes and people left and went back to Judah because they wanted to worship the true God. Verse 21, and Rehoboam loved Maacah, the daughter of Absalom, above all his wives and his concubines, for he took 18 wives and 80 concubines. Remember again, this was not what God had intended for the people of Israel. He already had said from Moses' time, when, was it Moses or back in Samuel's time, no, I think it was Moses. When he gave them instructions, he told them the kings should not have more than one wife. But of course, they were following the heathen nations. Okay, so he took 18 wives and 80 concubines and begat 28 sons and 80 daughters. My gosh, almost 100 children. And Rehoboam made Abijah the son of Maacah the chief to be ruler among his brethren, for he thought to make him king. And he dealt wisely and disposed of all his children throughout all the countries of Judah and Benjamin unto every fenced city. And he gave them victual in abundance, and he desired many wives. Not too far from, as they say, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. That's exactly what his father Solomon did. He outnumbered him, as a matter of fact, because Solomon had hundreds of concubines and hundreds of wives even. So yeah, following in his father's footsteps. But anyway, that's it for chapter 11 of 2 Chronicles. This is more of the works of Rehoboam as king in Judah. And yeah, following in his father's footsteps with all these women that he's marrying. So that's the end of it for today. Again, we are just going through the whole 2 Chronicles, just recounting what we've read in 1 Chronicles. And thank you all for listening and viewing. Until our next reading, take care. Bye.